Today we are going to look into how to create master pages in Scribus, how to uh, create page numbers in Scribus. Hope you are seeing my screen. You are seeing my screen? Now I have opened the Scribus window. Since this page is overshooting my window, I would like to reduce its size so that I will be able to see the entire extent of this page. So here, do you see my cursor? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So the moment I zoom out, the page fits here. So I'm going to create new document. I'll create a few pages. It's about 6-7 pages. So I have created around 7 pages, and I'm going to reduce. You can even use this to reduce the say about 80%, 80% or 70%. So I'm reducing here by scrolling down. You can reduce the size of the page outline. So here, so I have reduced it so that I will be able to see the border between the pages. So just to make your life comfortable while you are working. So now today we are going to discuss how to create master pages. So you should remember that in desktop publishing, any software you use, be it Adobe InDesign, be it PageMaker, be it Scribus, any desktop publishing software, that will give you an option to create master pages. So what exactly you mean by a master page? So master page is actually something like a template wherein, say supposing you are writing a book. We all believe that you are not going to stop your book writing with one book. So you will be continuously writing books. We assume, we are optimists, and I am really an optimist. I believe that you will keep on writing. You will be adding books to your CV. So when you keep on writing books, what happens is there are certain. It will be better if your book has the same layout, a uniform layout, with a header, with a footer, with a page number. So this uniformity will be provided, and you can customize the same uniformity. So that is the reason why the first thing you do before even you start creating a book, you should create a master page. I repeat again, the first thing you do even before you start writing a book is to create the master page. The master page is where you fulfill all your design aspirations. You fulfill all your design aspirations. Now I'm going to show how you're going to create a master page. So master page, you need not use the same master page for all your book pages, but there are certain elements to the page which are going to be uniform. So what are those elements? For example, the page number. So the page number, you can give it in the footer, you can give it in the top right corner, top left corner. So ideally speaking, you will give it in the footer, a small text box in the footer. So for that, you create a master page wherein you will have a page number box in the bottom of your page. So that is the first thing we are going to do. So here I am going to we will first, what we will do is we need to create a master page. So I go to edit. Hope you are seeing my screen. It's clear, isn't it? So I go to edit and then go to master pages. So here my edit master page window is open. Now this is actually the master page which I am going to edit. So whenever you start a new document, by default your Scribus will have two master pages. This is a normal left and a normal right. So these two master pages will be given out as a default. So normal left will be there and a normal right default page will be here. So now I am going to create a new master page. So this master page I am going to name it. So you name it even as per the title of your book, no problem. So we will name it as sample master page. Here initially we will start off with the left page, so we are going to make it a sample left page. You can choose a right page also if you want, so I am going to choose a left page. So here I have created a sample page, sample master page, that is the left one. So here whatever content I am going to pre-design or predefine, it will be applied when you choose the page in which you want the master page to be applied. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have a small box which will give out the page number. So for that to happen, we need to insert a small text frame. So here we insert a small text frame. So now you find the text frame has been inserted. You double click there, and then as soon as you see the cursor blinking, you see the cursor blinking. Now you should clearly follow the steps. Then as soon as the cursor starts to blink, you click insert and then character. I repeat again, as soon as the cursor starts to blink, you focus on insert and then character, then give page number. So this is the page number we are going to assign. So now this page number I am going to say it is a first page 1. So here, assuming you want to center the page, you just select it and then right click it, go to properties, and here do you see the properties window? Any box you right click, you can go to the properties. So in the properties you will get a text, go to text, then center it, give it center, and then you can change the size of the font. It is Arial. If you want, you can change the font also. Let me see that if Garamond is there. Yeah, sure, Garamond. So I am choosing Garamond just to show you. So I have chosen Garamond. So I want it to be bold, right? Now let's see. So here the number has been inserted, right? Suppose you want to bring the number down. Let me see what happens. I will justify it. Sorry. So now you see the page number here. So this is the master page, a sample master page which we have created, and we have created a small text box and we have assigned the text box to hold the page number. So now you know how to create a box. Now how to create a property for the text box wherein the text box will demonstrate, will display the page number. So the first thing we have done. The second thing which you need to do is, for every chapter, every new chapter, the page needs to look unique, isn't it? So whenever you read a book, your first chapter, any new chapter, the first chapter, it will be a little bit unique. So for that to happen, for that second chapter or chapter page, you need to have a master page. So let us go here, insert a text frame. So you would start off your new chapter right from the top. You will leave out some white space above so that it will look better. So you give out a box here. So this is going to be the chapter title page, chapter 1. So here for this chapter, you can always again go back to the properties and assign your, say, Garamond or whatever you want. I'm giving a carom board. So I'm going to give it a bold one, make it bold, and then I want to increase the size of the font. So usually you will have 18. So the top and the header you need to get 18. So whenever you want to start a new chapter, you ensure that you have a separate text box for the header. Why you need a separate text box for header is, you by default when you want to create table of contents, you can include only the box inside the table of contents. The text box alone can be included in the table of contents. Supposing you create this box, and after chapter 1 if you keep on typing your material, what is likely to happen is, when you auto add this box to your table of contents, your table of content will list all the words you are going to type within the text box. So you understand? So the most important thing you're supposed to do is, you assign a separate text box to hold the title of your page. If at all you are going to say a chapter, you say it is going to be the title of the page, you say chapter 1, so that needs to be in a separate text box. And the body of the page, again you need to insert another text frame which will contain the body of the page. So here what could happen is, you can have two text boxes or two columns. Here you can have a two column separated by a small white space. So you can have a two column separated by a small white space, so that usually your textbooks will be a 2 column one or a 3 column one. So you can have this page as a new chapter page. This is going to be the sample MP is going to be your new chapter page. So again, now if you want to delete this page, you just click this shredder. You see the shredder icon? So you select the page and then click the shredder. It will shred that page. So that master page can be deleted. If you want to duplicate this page, so supposing you want to create this, you want the same layout, but here you want to add copyright information. So here what you can do is, you can duplicate the same page. For example, I will show you. I am going to duplicate the same page because I want to add copyright. So I want to add a copyright down below. For that to happen, again I need to insert a text box. Are you able to follow me? And if you are not able to follow me, kindly stop me. Hello? Am I audible? If somebody could unmute your mic so that I'll be able to hear some background noise, so that I will know that my connectivity is there. Please. Okay. So I'm going to insert a new text frame to hold your copyright information. So here, the copyright information I want to give out here. So I have selected here. I need to keep the cursor blinking. I'll go to insert, then go to character, and then I'm going to give copyright at all rights reserved 2020. So you can give out a copyright here. A copyright box can be created. So now we have managed to create a master page for a new chapter which contains 2 columns, and then you have added a small box which will sequentially number the page. Once you create this box, once you create a master page and say it is going to hold the page number, just give out that number. The moment you apply the master page to your pages, it will sequentially number the page according to the page number. The page number will be seen here when you start generating the document. The page number will be seen here. The same number will be displayed inside this box because we have given that attribute of page number to this page number box. The next is the copyright box which are included. So far so good. Now I am going to create another master page wherein I want to create images so that that box will hold images. So again, I'm going to create another master page. So what I will do is I will simply duplicate this page to make my job easy. So I'm going to duplicate this page. So I'm duplicating it. I'm going to name it as image placeholder. So that is the master page I'm going to create. So this is the image placeholder. So image placeholder is what we are going to do. So we are having two columns. Now I am going to insert a image frame. So one image frame is going to be here. I am going to insert another image frame here. So I have given out two image frames here, one on either side, so that it will look symmetrical and good. So again, so we have created another master page which will hold two image frames. Here I am going to give out another box which will hold the text describing the image. Again, I am going to insert another text frame again to hold a small short description of the image. So we have created three pages, master pages. One happens to be the sample master page, wherein you have given a small box to include the title or the chapter. This page you apply for every new chapter. For every new chapter you can apply this page. And then again I am going to give out another page wherein there will be a copyright information. Usually this copyright information will be in the beginning of the book or towards the end of the book, or in the intervening pages also. If you feel, you can give out this information. And then if you would have seen lot of textbooks, the textbook will have a small header here, just the title of the book or the printer's name or organization's name. That also you can do. So here what we can do is we can again duplicate this same master page. I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to say title. So here I'm going to put a new frame, text frame here at the top, which is going to hold the title of the book. So I am just giving it a small title just by going to the properties, or you can click F2, it will open the property window. I'll go here. I want a Garamond. Always use the same font which you are choosing, so that there should always be uniformity within your document. So I'm going to choose Garamond, and then the thing is the font should be a little bit less than what it is, and then you can always make it bold if you feel, or I will prefer it to be italic, and then I will want to be bold. So here, so I have given a small title. The book, this page will contain a small title page will be displayed inside this box. So if you read out your novel or many of the books currently, they ensure that at least the 5th or 6th page they contains the title of the book, because as you go through the book, invariably we tend to forget the title. So it is the author's gentle reminder to show you this happens to be the title of the book. You can also add your name here. Author's name also can be added here, again by inserting a text frame. So you're going to do all the legwork. There's nothing wrong in displaying your name in any of the pages. So never orphan your book. I want every one of you to be proud enough to display your name. the name is meant to be uttered and displayed. So don't feel bad to put out your name here, author's name. So this is actually how you create a master page. So now the master page creation is over. Now we are going to close this. So now how are we going to apply the master? This is actually the real-time document. So now we want to apply the master pages which we have generated to this very document. So watch carefully. Now I am going to Windows. Then I am going to arrange pages. I repeat again. You watch this step. I go to Windows. Then I go to arrange pages. See, why I am showing this step is you can jolly well complete writing a book, and then also you can design a master page and apply the same to the pages which you have authored. You want me to repeat this? You can complete authoring a book, and then after completing the book you can apply the master pages. So for that to happen, you should have created the master pages. You should have the design of your book well planned in your mind. So whenever you are planning to write a book, I will advise you not only to plan the content, you should also plan the design of your book, because if you want to be a self-published author, you should do both these jobs combined. So it is not only sufficient for you to plan your content, you should plan also your design of the page. So here this is actually the document pages. We have said we are going to have a 7-page document. So here we see all the 7 pages. Supposing you want to apply this master page to one of these pages. So I am going to put, say for example, the sample master page needs to be applied to the first page. See, beautifully the sample master page has been applied. Are you able to see? So you just the box will show you, the arrange pages box will show you. This is actually the most important thing I love about this software is you can create the master page, and then you can complete your book actually, and then you can drag and drop the master page to that document page. You can see the entire thing change in front of your eyes. So here the entire thing changes. Now supposing you want to add a page, and you want to create the same page, but you want it to be the 8th page. I repeat again, you want to incorporate the features you have designed in the sample master page, and you want that to occupy the page number 8. You want to occupy it as page number 8. So what you are supposed to do is just simply drag that master page to the empty space here. Just drag and drop here. So that will become the 8th page. Here you just drag and drop. That will become the 8th page. Just drag and drop, you will get that page. Okay. What happens to the 4th page? See, author's name. When I drag and drop, the author's name is shown here, and the page number is also demonstrated. So you can add the master pages like this. And supposing you want to add the page number without even going through the master page business, you can manually insert a text frame. Here in the same place. and then go to, allow the cursor to blink, then go to insert, and then character, page number. So automatically it says 2. Are you able to see? The moment you insert the page, it says 2. Here let us do the same thing here. I am going to insert again another text frame here. So as soon as the cursor is blinking, I am going to insert character. I am going to make it a page number. It says 3. So automatically the moment you insert the page, so again this has actually copied the entire master page here. So that is the reason why I am unable to edit this, because if you are going to, I have made a small mistake. I don't know whether any of you have appreciated it. You are not supposed to give out the page number inside the master page. Okay, so that is the reason why I am not able to edit the copied master page here. Supposing I want to edit this number, I need to go to edit, then go to master pages, and then say I will show which one is sample master page. I need to remove this number, and what I will do is I will give insert, I will give character, I will just say page number. It will give out a hash. That is what we want. If it gives out a hash, this hash will instruct the software to take the page as per your design. So now if you do this, you close the master page editor, go back here. Now we will, what is this page actually? This is actually page 2, 3, page 4. So page 4 is what we need to change. Go to Windows, then go to arrange pages, then page 4 is, we will keep the sample master page to page 4. Now you see it displays the correct page. Are you able to see? Are you able to see it is displaying the correct page? Previously it was displaying 1. It was displaying 1 because it was, we had made the number there, fixed the number there, so it won't change. So if you just leave it blank and say it is going to be a page number, it will put a hash there. The moment it puts a hash, that hash will take the page number here. You see the page number here, the same number will be incorporated here. So this is as far as master pages and page numbering. And now when you are going to edit this page, when you want to add material to this text box, rather, we have added a text box here. I'm going to, you can also right click on the page and you can apply master page. So it will again show you the which master page you can apply. This is another way. You can just right click and then apply master page. That can be done. For example, you right click, then apply master page. You can say copyright, then it just gets applied. So this is how you apply the master pages. Now I am going to open a new document. It's a double-sided one. So having it 3 or 4 pages. So now I am going to insert a new text frame just to show the import feature. So here you can not only type the material which you want to be printed in your book, you can also import, get text. The text can be got from either a notepad or a HTML or CSV, any other document. It can automatically import. You just ensure that you check the import text only, otherwise the entire thing will be muddled. So you see the entire text which I had typed in my notepad is being imported here. When you see this into here, it shows there are still more text present. So there is no space for the text to be shown here. So that is the reason why it says this. So now I'm going to double click it, increase the size of the box. The text will populate automatically. You see the text populating, just increase the size. When you see the plus here, it shows that there are still more text left to fill the box. The box is not sufficient. So you can resize the box or reduce the size of the font to accommodate your text within the, you can even increase the size of the text box so that your text will be automatically accommodated. So this you can do manually also. And now if you want to edit this text, just say edit. Instead of directly clicking, you can always edit this text, and then it will take you to a story editor. This is actually another feature I want to show. That is the reason why I brought you here. After importing the text, I'll tell you how I came to this. Just right click it and then say edit text. It will automatically take you to the story editor. Why you need the story editor is you can apply styles. For example, if you want to apply style to it, just say I'm going to apply a default paragraph style to this. You ensure this. So in the next session I will be discussing how to create styles so that this styles can be applied to your document. If you want to apply styles to the document, you need to go to the story editor and apply it. So now I have, just for demonstration purpose, I have applied the default paragraph style to one of these paragraphs. Now you simply cannot close this window. You need to update the changes you want it to be done. So there will be a small tick mark here. Are you seeing the tick mark here? So you just click the tick mark, then automatically the change will be applied. So for going to the story editor, just right click on the text box and then go to edit text. It will take you to story editor. So in this story editor, you can change the font, you can increase or decrease the size of the font, you can even insert character, insert space, all these things you can do. You can give out, for example, you want to this line alone to be increased in the size. So increase the font size, say we will make it 18 or 19 and then carry it out. So you see the first line has increased its font size. Are you able to see the same? I mean, there are multiple ways of carrying out a task in Scribus. One way is you can just go to the properties box and then go to the text and do all the things you want to be done. Or you can right click, go to the edit text, that will take you to the story editor. You can do the editing using the story editor. So story editor is a little bit comfortable because you can do large scale editing if you are using the story editor. So now I have introduced you to the concept of master pages, concept of page numbering, concept of creating a text box, concept of importing text into the text box, and then the concept of automatic page numbering, and then the concept of, last but not the least, is most important thing is the story editor. So these things we have covered today. So from where you can import the text, I repeat again, if you want to prepare a textbook along with your colleagues, you can ask them, you can say you write this chapter, you can allocate chapters to them, ask them to type it either in Google Doc or LibreOffice or any of the open source software or even Word. But one thing in Word is if they give out a Word document, it will import only the letters. It won't import the formatting. It will just import the letters. It will import the text only. So ideally speaking, you can ask them to do all the manuscript generation using Google Docs and import the Google Docs either into their desktop or send a link to you. you can download the Google Doc and you can import the text to the Scribus and do all the editing. You can apply the master page, you can do all these things and send it across for publication. So right now we have completed the